Protein, protein, protein. Protein is so important, not just only when it comes to building lean muscle tissue, but also helping you on your fat loss journey, as well as boosting up your metabolism. And let's actually talk about that first. So let's say if you are somebody that is struggling with having a slow metabolism, what are some signs? Well, for starters, the first one is you're constantly tired. You feel like you have no energy. 2 o'clock at work hits, you feel like taking a nap, you come home from work and it's like you have no energy to even keep up with your kids. That right there is a big sign. The second is having high amounts of body fat. I would say if you're roughly over 30% body fat, you are definitely somebody that is struggling with having a slow metabolism. But the third and probably the biggest sign is that you are struggling to actually eat properly for your body type. Let's say if you're supposed to be having a certain calorie range or a certain protein range that is best suited for your body type, and you're having a hard time hitting that, meaning you're feeling full and lethargic, you're feeling bloated constantly, that right there is the telltale sign that you have a slow metabolism. The 3 best ways when it comes to speeding up somebody's metabolism is, for starters, focusing on strength training. Remember, you want to be hitting the weights and focusing on progressive overload. You want to be ideally trying to develop that lean muscle tissue. You don't want to have all that body fat on you, And so when it comes to the resistance training, that's going to help you when it comes to speeding up your metabolic rates. Second is being active and trying your best to giving yourself and ideally a good adequate step goal that you can focus on throughout the course of the day. Maybe that's 6,000 steps, 8,000 steps, 10,000 steps, 12,000 steps. A simple step goal like that is really going to help you to once again start getting things moving in the right direction with helping you speed up your metabolism. But the third way, and in my opinion, probably the best way when it comes to speeding up somebody's metabolism, is by focusing on hitting their protein goal. Now, a simple calculation to help you figure out what is your protein goal for your body type. All you have to do is take your body weight and multiply it by 0.8. That's going to give you the bare minimum of protein that you should be consuming each and every day. Now, inside of our coaching program at Heartletics, we like to recommend that our members consume at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, protein is a lot higher on the thermic effect of food as compared to carbohydrates and fats. So think about it like this. The more protein that you're consuming, the more energy your body is actually using to break down all the amino acids that's inside of those protein molecules. You can consume more protein by eating whole foods. Steak, chicken, turkey, fishes, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, eggs, egg whites, and also a whole variety of different plant-based options as well that is high in protein. Or you can supplement with different protein powders or protein bars. And ideally, that might be a lot easier, especially if, once again, you're struggling with having a slow metabolism. It's just a lot easier to slam a protein shake rather than eat a whole entire meal with a bunch of protein. Now here's the thing, protein supplements like either protein bars or protein powders are not created equal. There are so many different types to choose from. There's whey concentrated protein powders, there's isolated protein powders, there's casein protein powders, there's plant-based protein powders, hydrolyzed protein powders. The list goes on and on and on. But let me make this very easy for you. For starters, you need to find a protein powder that actually tastes good. The last thing that you want to do is buy something that tastes like grass or like dirt. That's not going to be fun at all, drinking chalk. So it's like find one that actually tastes good that you enjoy consuming. Personally for me, I like Ghost Protein, I like My Protein, I also like Rise, and I like First Form. Second is to make sure that you turn around that protein powder and look on the back of the nutritional facts. Now, per 1 scoop of protein powder, it should be roughly around 80 to about 150 calories and have at least 20 grams of protein. When it comes to picking out protein bars, there's a handful that I like also. There's Built bars, there's One bars, there's Pure Protein, there's also Quest bars that I enjoy. But remember, you want to turn that protein bar over and look at the nutritional facts. And it should be anywhere from about 180 calories all the way up to 250 calories. And ideally have roughly around 20 grams of protein inside of it. Now that you have your protein powder and your protein bars, here's a little cheat sheet for you that I created called the 2x2x2 method. Now I do want to say this, that this method is going to require a lot of supplementation. If you happen to be able to hit your protein goal through whole foods, that's going to be a lot more beneficial for you. But remember, if you're somebody that is struggling with having a slow metabolism, it's a lot easier to consume supplements over whole foods. So the 2x2x2 method is like this. In the morning, you want to have 2 scoops of protein powder. In the afternoon, you want to also have 2 scoops of protein powder. And anywhere throughout the course of the day, you want to have at least 2 protein bars. And that might look like this. Let's say for breakfast, you decide to have some protein coffee. Now, big warning, if you're making protein coffee, make sure that your coffee is not boiling hot. Add a little bit of low-calorie creamer in there and let it cool down for a little bit first before putting your protein powder inside of it, and then mix it up really good. If you want to get a frother off Amazon, that's going to be even better for you when it comes to creating protein coffee. The last thing that you want to do is put a scoop of protein powder inside that coffee and it's boiling hot. It's going to clump together and be very hard to actually break down. It's actually going to taste disgusting. But nonetheless, let's say you're having a cup of protein coffee. And let's say you're also having, a little thing of Greek yogurt, and you put a scoop of protein powder inside there and mix it up. So if you think about it, for that breakfast, you got 2 scoops of protein right there. One inside your coffee, the other one inside of that Greek yogurt. And let's say for lunch or maybe for a snack, you decide to have a protein shake. So you take a blender bottle, and all you have to do is, instead of putting 1 scoop of protein powder into that blender bottle, you put 2 in. So now if you think about it, in the morning, you had your protein coffee and your Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder inside of it. But nonetheless, it was 2 scoops total of protein powder. And let's just say that each scoop is roughly around 25 grams of protein. So you got 50 grams in the morning. Now, in that afternoon for lunch or that snack, you have your protein shake with, once again, 2 scoops of protein powder, another 50 grams. So already throughout the course of the day, we're at 100 grams of protein. And lastly is to consume at least 2 protein bars throughout the course of the day. Now remember, when it comes to picking out a protein bar, keep it roughly around 20 to 25 grams of protein, and ideally anywhere from 180 to 250 calories per 1 bar. So if let's just say that, the protein bar that you choose, it's 20 grams of protein and you happen to have 2 of them, well, that's 40 grams of protein right there on top of the 100 grams of protein that we had throughout the course of the day with the protein powders. So ideally, you just consumed 140 grams of protein right there. Now, if you add in any kind of other food or meals that you're consuming with more protein in the mix, it's going to be very easy for you to probably hit that protein goal that works best for your body type. And remember, I'm not saying to live off protein supplements, but if you're somebody that is really struggling with feeling full and bloated because you do have a slow metabolism, supplementation is going to be a great tool to at least help you when it comes to speeding up your metabolism. Now, if you're consistent with hitting your protein goal and you're also mixing in the strength training as well as getting in more steps, you're going to start to notice some changes. Anywhere from roughly around 3 to about 5 weeks, you're going to go through what's called metabolic adaptation. And this is where your metabolism is actually going to start speeding up in the right direction. And one of the biggest signs to tell that your metabolism is speeding up is you're going to start to feel hungrier a lot faster. You're not going to feel so full. You're not going to feel so bloated. And that right there is the telltale sign that you have repaired your metabolism. Now hear me out. Those were just a few personal recommendations that seem to work the best for my lifestyle and my body type. If you happen to be a member inside of our coaching program at Heartletics, what I recommend you do is use our community groups. You can ask any kind of questions you want in there. If let's say you're struggling with hitting your protein goal, ask questions. You're going to have so many different replies and feedback and different recommendations that is also going to help you on your health and fitness journey. Ask any kind of questions that you want. It could be about your mindset. It could be about strength training. It could be about getting more activity in. It could be some tips and tricks from some of the other members on how to become more consistent. We always say it like this: community is key. And that's what's really going to help you become more consistent, especially on your health and fitness journey.